Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, I trust you enjoyed my last video on dcTalk, and through their song Jesus Freak, we looked at that guy and how he changed the world for the better forever. So I trust you found that one encouraging. Well, we're going on to Mark Dennis Lizotte, who was born in Fall River, Massachusetts in 1966. But it's around 1971, the family moved to Australia, and this is very much where he has had his career, singer, songwriter and guitarist. Mark's career started with the band Dark Spot in high school, was then moved on to the Innocent Bystanders in 1983. And it's around that time that they were discovered by Australian hard rock royalty, the Angels. And from that point onwards, Johnny Diesel and the Injectors did not look back. And they had a bit of a career between 1986 and 1991. There was something youthfully exuberant about Johnny Diesel, his rock songs, the way he sang, the way he looked, the way he played his guitar, because this guy is a very good guitarist indeed. Australia just really fell in love with him and have really been on his side ever since. Johnny Diesel and the Injectors were signed to Chrysalis Records. And then around 1991 to 1997, Johnny Diesel then decided that he'd have a solo career. He was known as Johnny Diesel, or sometimes just Diesel, hence the title of this video today. And between 91 and 97, he has some solo success. And then in 1998, he thought, well, I might just go back to my original name, Mark Lizotte. And so between 1998 and 2010, he went back and did various solo performances under his name of Mark. And Johnny Diesel, as we like to know him in Australia, he kind of just one of these guys that whenever he gets on stage, Australia just kind of takes notice. He's known for his incredible songwriting, this guy, his incredible singing and guitar playing. And Australia just loves him. He just has captured what it means to be a muso in Australia. It helps when he's the brother-in-law of the iconic Jimmy Barnes. Of course, he's fronting Cold Chisel, has had a pretty amazing solo career as well. In fact, Johnny has been involved in many of Jimmy Barnes's albums, some of his more iconic ones in particular, and played guitar on those tracks. Between 1989 and 2021, how long is that career? 15 studio albums in their various incarnations. He's had 2 live albums, 4 compilation albums, 6 video albums, 6 EPs, and 35 singles. Johnny Diesel has received 6 ARIA Awards, Australian Record Industry Association, and 1 APRA Award, Australian Performing Rights Association. And so when I was thinking about Johnny Diesel and his songs, I think the song that I really want to look at is Soul Revival. This came off the 1989 release, Johnny Diesel and the Injectors self-titled album. And Soul Revival, well, what is our soul? So, well, I think the soul is the very essence of who we are, the very center of who we are, the thing that separates us from somebody else. We can't actually we don't actually know where our soul is. We just kind of know we got one. And we just kind of know that without it, we aren't who we are. The soul is the thing that will ramp up when we need to do something pretty exciting. Our soul will get excited, and it'll get our heart and our mind to go along with it. Our souls, they say that our souls live forever when we die. The essence of who we are carries on in one form or another. Obviously, everyone's got different views on that. But, there's an essence of a longevity about our souls. Soul Revival, though, is just interesting term. It's almost like his soul's been battered a little bit. And he's needing it revived because it's feeling a bit blur at the moment. And I think, we certainly do have times in life when we do feel a bit like that. And we feel like our soul, our very sense of who we are, has been battered. In fact, it could be battered so much we actually don't really even know who we are anymore. And sort of one of the good things around those times also is that, it's an opportunity to recreate, reinvent, and try something different. I went and bought some shirts today, and I bought a shirt I wouldn't normally buy. And so I think that's a little thing about just bit by bit, you just change things up a little bit. And what do you do to revive your soul? I know for me, I will walk down Glenelg near where I live to the foreshore. It's absolutely stunning down here. I recently went for a trip, holiday to Kangaroo Island. My soul well and truly got revived around there. In fact, any nature at all will kind of get me a bit excited. It doesn't take much when you look at the beauty around this world to see that, wow, this is pretty amazing. The trees, the flowers, the animals, the whole thing is pretty amazing. So what revives your soul? How do you know your soul needs revival? How do you know the state of your soul? All these questions, right? And are there really other answers to these questions? Well, maybe not. You just get a bit of a sense, a bit of a vibe that something's not quite right. You think, okay, need to do something here before we lose our soul, as some other songs say. So good on you, Johnny Diesel, for actually bringing this to our attention today about the fact that, yes, our souls do need reviving from time to time. So trust you found that all a bit encouraging as you look at your own soul and try and work out where it actually is. So let's get on to the clips. Now, we do have Soul Revival. The first three songs all came off Johnny Diesel and the Injectors from 1989, such an iconic album in Australia. Soul Revival, we got the official clip on that one. We then got Don't Need Love, and I think this is very much a case of what happens after relationships are over. Think, well, I actually don't need love right now. Love's actually a bit of a scary thing. I don't even know what love actually is. I don't know my interactions with it, so I just might deal with that for a while. Perhaps friendship's a bit more of a thing right now. So we've got Don't Need Love. That's a live version of that one. We then got Ain't It Just a Crying Shame. This is the official clip off that same album, Johnny Diesel and the Injectors, another iconic song of his. We then go forward to a Jimmy Barnes album, 1994, Flesh and Blood, and as I told you, Diesel is the brother-in-law of Jimmy Barnes, which certainly helps in this country because Jimmy Barnes is Australian rock royalty. And this song's still got a long way to go. This is written for Jimmy Barnes. And, if you follow Jimmy Barnes' story, particularly over the last little while, he's coming to terms with a stack of things. Abusive household as a child, alcoholism, of course, as part of Cold Chisel with that whole culture. And he's had some realisations, and I think this is a perfect song for Jimmy Barnes to sing, Still Got a Long Way to Go. It's pretty cool because he's singing this one live on a television show, Enough Right, that had Andrew Denton interviewing in pretty compelling a way sometimes from 1999. And here we've got Jimmy Barnes, his family, and also Johnny Diesel, who's playing guitar and taking a bit of a verse as well. So we've got a live version of Still Got a Long Way to Go. We then got All Come Together. This is another pretty cool song from Johnny Diesel from the Solid State album of 1995. And this is just him and his guitar. And I put this song in here because you know what, this is all Johnny Diesel actually needs. The guitars and the drums and everything also pretty good. But put his voice and his incredible guitar playing together, and that's all Johnny needs to actually compel an audience. He has sung the thoughts and hopes and dreams of Australia for quite a long time now, and I think when he comes on stage, that's kind of why we resonate with this guy, I'm thinking. So the clips of those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs are in the description below, and I've also included my last video from dcTalk. So if you want to recap on them, feel free. Well, been really enjoying some of the comments I've been getting of late. Feel free to make comments below if you feel your soul needs reviving. I'd love to hear some stories about what's been going on. So always feel free to make a comment or a request if you would like. So that's it for today. Next time we're going to go on to 80s synth pop band China Crisis. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.